So this seminar is more about, in my opinion, is more about your opinion. Okay, we trying to be interesting. We are trying to explain why are we worthy of your time and of your patience, and we will try to introduce you to a very worthy or interest-worthy partner, BITmarkets. Okay, but before I start with anything, please help me just a little bit to get to know you better. Please help me to identify those who are beginners in this market. Please, just raise your hands, those who are first time meeting the crypto assets world, first time. Okay, thank you very much. Please raise your hand those who are not so much beginners, but not advanced. Wouldn't say that they are advanced, very professional. Please raise your hands. Okay, a couple of those. And I'm guessing those who are going to raise their hands now, they are professionals, right? They are advanced. So raise your hands who are advanced here. Okay, 3, 4. Now please raise your hands who did not raise their hands. Oh, come on. there must be someone, right? Okay, I'm telling you, I'm going to word of your faith and of your trust. Why am I asking this? Because you will see, as you've seen now, that our audience is really mixed, right? It's a couple of one-third, almost one-third. Advanced are almost one-third as well, which is really good. Okay, thank you. We hope we not have to abandon ship, right? All right. So it's one-third. It's going to be interesting for all the parties. I'm going to promise it to you. The actual seminar is going to be somewhere a little bit more interesting for beginners, somewhere a little bit more interesting for advanced, or those who are considered in the middle. But I'm sure about one thing. The very most interesting thing about crypto assets world right now is regulation, regulatory environment. Please raise your hands who have a clue what I'm talking about right now. Have you ever heard about, okay, a couple of those. MiCA regulation, does it say something to you guys? Someone who could explain you what? Okay, so that's going to be new for you as it was new for us, and it's actually new for the whole crypto asset world, okay? Is it good? Sound good? Anyone using translation? All good? Okay. I love Croatia. You guys all speak English better than me. So then please excuse if I make mistakes. So this is me. Actually, these are my credentials. I work for, as an advisor for Trade Online, but I have history around my little world. This is the office where actually we are calling you from, I guess. If someone's been calling you and you've been complaining because of the loud noise, have you ever complained because of the loud noise? It's because we are taking our job seriously and we're always looking for the next best thing to be the part of, as I'm 100% sure you too, right? Please tell me your hand, raise your hands and tell me honestly who is here because he wants to make profit on crypto assets. Most of, and the others, you don't want to make profit. You know someone who wants to make profit and you represent them, right? Okay, as in the movies. And that's really cool with me. So what are we going to do today? Our topics. I'm going to try to show you a little bit of historic events from the crypto asset world. I'm sure advanced, they already know the history of cryptos. I'm not really an expert, I'm going to tell you that, okay? I'm not here because I'm expert on this area, and you're going to hate me for that, and probably those who are watching me globally, they are also going to hate me for that. You know why I'm here? Because I'm a damn good salesperson. So I can sell things to you, and actually my team, you see, they are worthy enough to gather you here, and they are worthy enough for your attention. So this is why I'm here. So I'm going to tell you a couple of words from history that I think is really important. Then my colleague, the CEO of BITmarkets, Peter Sommer, will talk to you about serious things. I mean, like things really worth money, okay? How to invest, how to understand, how to dig a little bit deeper into the crypto world and the future of the crypto world. Then afterwards, we're going to talk about the actual company, Trade Online itself, BITmarkets itself. We're going to go to MiCA regulations. What does it mean that crypto assets world is coming into regulated territory? Please raise your hands who have trading accounts anywhere, trading accounts. Let's say share trades with shares. Anything else? Investments, let's say. All right, okay, okay. Then please raise your hands those who are risk takers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're getting there. All the others are not risk takers, right? Yeah. All right. Okay, let me play a game. Have you ever been on a vacation, holiday somewhere? Okay, driving license? Who doesn't have driving license? Who? Okay, I assume everybody drives a car. Okay, highways. Have you ever been over the 130 kilometer per hour barrier? Please raise your hand if you crossed that barrier. Okay, how much? All right, you don't have to raise your hands. I'm just going to tell you numbers, okay? 140, 150, 160, I see hands, okay. 170, 180, 190, 200. All right, 200. Should I continue? So I guess most of us are risk takers on different areas of the life, of life, right? When it comes to investments, of course, it's going to mean a bit different. It's going to need a different approach, but still, I guess the same thing. So services, market, and trading, and then profits and risks. This is the topics that we're going to talk about or try to talk about. And of course, I'm going to talk a little about Trade Online's results on the market. First, the speed is good. Is it okay? Language good? Cool. So, crypto history. This is what I gathered, so I give you like 5 minutes to understand it, okay? I'm just kidding. Of course, this is how I see it when I come to the crypto market, okay? For me, I found a different approach, a more simpler approach, okay? And I try to gather it for you. So, if I'm not mistaken, 14 years since Satoshi Nakamoto mined and verified the Genesis block on the Bitcoin blockchain, okay? Please raise your hands who understand this topic and have information about this. Okay, so, but you are all familiar with Bitcoin, right? And the system called blockchain, right? Before 2009, no viable form of digital currency existed. However, Bitcoin itself still owes its existence to advances in cryptography dating all the way back to 1977, and it's almost my year of birth. Why? I tell you that. Because in this year, a couple of programmers created RSA crypto system, okay? Does it tell you anything? Because for me, it did not tell anything. I figured that RSA stands for the creators' family names. Yes, but what they did, they are from MIT researchers, the three guys, you see their names. I'm not really good with pronouncing names, but I try. Ron Rivest, I guess, Adam Samir, and Leonard Edelman. These are the creators for these asymmetric algorithms, which invented the world's first cryptographic RSA algorithm. Unlike existing forms of cryptography, RSA algorithms are asymmetric. So what does it mean? It means that two different crypto decryption keys are required to verify data. One private and one public key. Okay, still messy, I guess, right? Please raise your hands who have Bitcoin right now. If you, okay. Are you familiar with these two different crypto decryption keys method? Not really. Okay, but you will be, I'm going to promise you that you will understand it as we go along. So, the second most important, as I figured, is the invention of DigiCash. It comes from the end of the 80s, and from one guy, David Schaum, from, I guess, a Dutch programmer. Actually, DigiCash is a system, a blind signature technology, peer-to-peer technology, which enables anonymous electronic payment, existence of anonymous electronic payment system, which is untrackable for third parties. Okay, I see nodding heads. So it kind of started to make sense for me at this point. This technology was really, really interesting. The guy, the actual programmer, tried to pull it off by himself. If I'm not mistaken, and if my research was good, actually Microsoft had made a bet on this technology, but he refused it and then he went bankrupt. So the next step is Nick Szabo. Does this name ring a bell for someone? Nick Szabo, okay. Please try to memorize these names and then do your research, okay? Because I was really, really surprised when I started to read about these names and about these happenings. So Nick Szabo is the actual creator of BitGold network. This network is actually using or was using RSI cryptographic key system, you know, the two key system to validate data, and a fault tolerance consensus algorithm to verify transactions. And he also, as they say it, also laid out the concept for or of the smart contract. Okay, smart contract, please raise your hand if someone rings a bell. Okay, Peter will help me with that, I'm 100% sure. So, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Then comes 2009, okay, Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, he was the one actually who unleashed Bitcoin and this technology upon us. For a long time they believed, or maybe to this day believe, someone believes that Nick Szabo is actually Satoshi Nakamoto. Just a little literature behind it. So 2003, Vitalik Buterin, hope I'm pronouncing his name right, the era of Ethereum, the era of altcoins. The difference between Bitcoin and altcoins, someone? Okay, okay, good. All right, so anything that is not considered Bitcoin will be altcoin. Smart contracts, okay? The inventor of smart contracts. And the final one, which is, from my perspective, is really, really interesting, and hope you will have the same belief at the end of this seminar, is the era of regulatory environment globally, okay? I'm going to tell you, after my colleague's presentation and after the break, the very, very basics of the MiCA regulation, the Markets in Crypto Assets regulation, which is from yesterday actually a new way of thinking in the world of crypto assets. You will understand it, I promise you, you will understand it. Why is it interesting for businessmen or with regular people with business mindsetting? Any interpreters, businessmen in the audience today, please raise your hands. If you make your living from making business. If you trust me enough, okay? Please don't be afraid, I'm not going to use it, okay? They are going to use it, not me. So, the others are all regular people, business mindset. Do you agree with that? Yeah, all right. So, for us, it's really important. Why is the European Union the first who regulates this market ahead of everybody else? Okay, everybody else. So, I'm going to try to explain it for you, and we are going to get familiar with the term of CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, Central Bank Digital Currency. Okay? Any questions so far? Can you follow me? All right. So, if you don't have no questions right now, this is the basics for me when I started to approach this area. So, I'm coming from regulated markets, so many years I've been working there as a trader, as a salesperson, as I don't know, sometimes they call me educator, but I don't feel like that. I feel like a partner for those who are looking for better profit potential. So I consider myself as a regular everyday broker. So I try to pair interests. All right? So for me, when I started to think about this market, many times I've been asked about crypto assets and the possible future of the crypto itself, the technology itself. I always try to find some sense in it, but I always was wishing for some kind of a regulatory frame for it. I always was answering, whenever a regulatory frame is going to be introduced, then I'm going to start to deal with this thing. So this was my approach. This is how I see it right now. And with my partner, our partner, BITmarkets, I'm really, really lucky and happy because, as you will understand, it's a young team of very, very potential people, plus a team of experienced experts coming from regulatory background. So regulatory markets, regulated markets, combined their efforts and forces to provide you something that is, easily could call crypto made simple. As you already stated to me, many of you have regulated accounts on regulated markets, right? You have, I guess you have physical shares somewhere, right? Investments in funds, I guess, right? Tell me, please, who has money in some kind of a fund somewhere? At your bank, at your, favorite brokerage. Are you guys satisfied with your investments? Who is satisfied? One. Okay. The others are so-so? Two is satisfied. The others are so-so. Okay. So I'm guessing you are looking for options, right? To diversify. Am I right? Is this why you're looking at the crypto market, right? Before this point, before this moment, was it safe? Please tell me who considered crypto assets market safe. Please tell me. Nobody. One person. Okay. You have 100% belief that it was safe before. Yes. Okay. We should talk. Okay. Afterwards. Not because you are not right. Okay. I just want to have your point. I just want to have your point. I'm not saying that it wasn't or was secure. But one thing is for sure, it wasn't regulated. Am I right? You agree? It wasn't regulated. So what MiCA is the first regulation out there, if I'm not mistaken. So it says, I'm going to read it for you, okay? The Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation is the EU regulation governing issuance and provision of services related to crypto assets and stablecoins. Adopted on April 20th this year by the European Parliament. MiCA is the first and only legislation of its kind in the world and leads the way for other jurisdiction. It's a heavy sentence, I guess, okay? MiCA will enter into force 20 days after publication on EU Parliament's webpage. Member states have 12 to 18 months to implement it. Who is familiar with the ways of the Brussels bureaucrats? Is someone dealing with business outside of Croatia here? Someone dealing business? Doing business? Okay, so you must be familiar with bureaucracy, right, in the European Union. So it means we have a quite interesting regulatory move and a transition period for it, which is no more than 18 months for the participant of the crypto asset market in the EEA, the European Economic Area Zone, to implement it. What this regulation tries to achieve or achieves, MiCA categorizes cryptos into three groups: asset reference tokens, ART as they call it, electronic money tokens, EMTs, and into a category tokens not considered as ART nor as EMTs. They will be called utility tokens. Okay? Electronic money, Peter already mentioned, right? You remember he mentioned a couple? Okay, so then we are going to stop here for a second. Electronic money tokens. If I say electronic money tokens. Why? Who believes that electronic e-money is the future? Please tell me if you understand e-money. Who believes that this is the future? Who believes that we have to have a digital euro in some point in future? The others doesn't believe that we have to, we ought to have it? No. You don't want to have it. Please raise your hand if you don't want to have it. You don't want to have it. Okay. Come again? Okay. So if you don't want to have it, there were people who didn't want to have it, have the steam machines, right? Change the if you want me to consider. Okay. I don't want to be that guy, but you know, evolution, revolution, you all heard those stories. I believe, this is my belief, I believe that we will have it right out there. We will have it into circulation. We will be able to trade with these e-monies, and we will have to have service providers who will give us platforms where we can benefit from trading with these type of assets. Okay? About all the others, we can talk privately. Electronic money is really interesting for me. What MiCA does not regulate or excludes is NFTs, non-fungible tokens. We can talk about the DeFi, right? And CBDC, right? Central bank digital currencies, right? Digital euro, so on, so on, so on. Is it clear what MiCA tries to achieve? This regulation tries to achieve three things, right? To regulate providers, right? To set a level play field for all the players. To actually, for customers to create a secure environment to work on this market, or markets of crypto assets, and to make it as secure as it's possible right now, and to stabilize the market itself and encourage investments into the market, if I'm not mistaken right now, if I remember it correctly. These are the aims. Is there anyone who would reject these aims from the European Union, from the European Parliament? Of course not, right? Because these are honest aims, and hope these regulations will achieve it. Is crypto asset market less attractive because of the regulation right now than it was before? Please raise your hand if you believe so. 2, less attractive. 3, it's the same right now, you believe. Please tell me who doesn't have a crypto asset account somewhere. Who doesn't have? Who? Who doesn't have? Come on, raise your hands, because at the beginning you told me you're beginners, first-timers. So first-timers doesn't have to have, right? So you believe that is attractive as it was before. And right now it's regulated, right? So are you ready to open an account with us right now? Please tell me if you're ready to open an account now. Okay, thank you very much. 1 person, 2, 3, 4. Nice, we are going to open an account. And you're going to benefit from everything that we can offer, because this is our job, right? This is our job to find you. For the others, I wish that you're going to gain knowledge and actual kind of, I don't know, kind of charm from us, okay? Why are we differing from others? Binance, who has account with Binance? Okay. Have you ever been on Binance's webinars or seminars or something? No? Okay. I just wanted to have your opinion. How do we differ from them? So, a couple of my reasons why is it now? Why is it good to start to trade, to own, to invest into crypto assets? Increasing level of interest, actually, okay? Increasing level of interest. Many come to our seminars, and many have the same questions as you do, and many have the same beliefs as you do. Of course, one of my like heaviest, you know, like how to call it, like reasons or for attack right now is the weaponization of the financial markets. Do you understand me when I say this? Weaponization of the financial markets. Do you follow the actual 8-hour news, late night news, right? Do you see what's going on in the world right now? The West is fighting the East is fighting the West, and everybody's using everything right now, right? And for us, for regular people, we have very little chance not to be included into this, right? Do you believe I am right? Okay, I see, not against. Okay, so weaponization of the financial market means that we need to find alternative solutions, right? To gain money, to gain profit. Okay, significant change in global world order. It's, you know, it's like single polar world, you know. The West is dominating. It really seems like that the East has now a voice in that game. So it's going to be a multipolar world, either you like it or not. It's developing. Impact of the inflationary pressures. Of course, every one of us felt it on our skins, right? Everyone feels inflation. Everyone knows that if you are a good, I don't know, a good host of your, or a good keeper of your money, you need to find solutions to fight back inflation. Web3 technology. Who is familiar with Web3 technology? 1, 2, 3. Okay, younger. Web3 technology for me is also a riddle right now, but I'm going to get familiar with it, and I have really, really good partners to help me with it. And we have really, really good potentials in that technology area. AI, does it say something to you? AI, right? Artificial intelligence, right? Development of VR technology, right? Metaverse, right? Blockchain technology included in this. Do you believe that sometime in the metaverse, in a shop, or you or your wife or your husband or your child will be able to purchase something with digital codes, right? So this is the way. So if there's going to be a way like this, then we can speculate on it. Am I right? Or am I right? We can speculate on it. And if we can speculate on it, we can money on it, right? We can make money on it. So from customer size, best service providers ever. Why I'm saying this? The strongest regulations ever out there, okay? The most regulated safety nets for customers ever, I believe, out there, especially in the European Union. Okay, any questions about this? Good. So, fast. Couple of words about Trade Online, the company who invited you. Trade Online is the agent for BITmarkets here in Croatia, with one task only, to represent BITmarkets and to introduce its services to potential clients with PR marketing, through PR marketing. This is how we found you, and this is why we have you. We've been working under HANFA's regulation, regulated environment in Croatia. We've been tied agents to regulated online brokers. Our communication is going on in Croatian, as you already witnessed it, but we are a multi-language company. That's why I'm here. That's why I can talk to you right now. So, in the EEA zone, we've been operating and still operating. And actually, as you can see, it's a young company, young faces, but we have at least 20 years of experience and operating again within regulated and supervised conditions. Well, progress supported by our results, as we always say. So, our partner, BITmarkets, and here I will try to involve a little bit my colleague Peter. Please. So, I know that these seminars are, most of the time, they are aiming for something, right? I'm going to be really honest. We are aiming for account owners. We are hoping that each one of you will find us trustworthy enough to open an account with us. Okay? It's an open task. This is our task. That's why are we here. Of course, I understand that not every meal is for everyone, right? So, BITmarkets is a regulated virtual currency exchange, okay? Registered and regulated in Lithuania. There's a depository and virtual currency wallet operator. You can find everything right now, but on the web page you will find everything concerning the legals. Financial Crime Investigation Service, which is overseeing our operation or BITmarkets operation. And right now, BITmarkets is MiCA compatible. Okay? Previously, of course, or not previously, but MiCA, right? The markets in crypto assets regulation is really, really, I guess, based on MiFID regulations, which are for Markets in Financial Instruments Directive stands for. ESMA, the Securities and Market Authority, which oversees these operations. So, a couple of ideas. No conflict of interest, okay? No conflict of interest. So this service provider will provide you services that wouldn't be in conflict of your interests. MiCA compatible, as I already told you, 100 available instruments, okay? 100 available instruments that you can trade with us. Regulated service in the EEA zone, as I already told you, because we are registered, or the BITmarkets is registered in Lithuania. Segregated accounts, secure wallets, automated trading, support of qualified mentors, and represented in many, many countries, as you can see. Okay, who has experience with first-time trading? Does it make sense? Who has experience with starting trading for the first time? Please raise your hand. Okay, one or two. All the others are investors, so you only own things, right? Okay, maybe you don't understand me. So, who are those who are trading right now? Tell me, please, again, a couple of those. Okay, so you must have experience to see a trading platform at the first time. All the others don't have, right? But investments you do have. So you do have a sense to decide whether you are standing in front of a worthy service provider or unworthy service provider. Please nod your head if you agree with me, right? You have this sense, right? You can tell me that. Somewhere in the past, I met one guy, a wealthy guy, and he told me that the higher you go in value, in riches, I mean, when you meet an investor or a wealthy man, the lower IQ you need to decide whether a deal is good or bad. Do you believe in this? Do you understand this? Okay, I see you smiling. Oh, but I witnessed it. Myself, I witnessed it. Sometimes people who are into something long enough, they can decide really fast. And they say these people or experience give you the actual courage and the knowledge to decide whether you want to make a deal with somebody or not within 60 seconds. Okay? I'm not expecting you to decide in 60 seconds, but I know you already made your decision. And I guess I heard it, kinda, because I can see how you move and that you are still interested. So I guess we are going to work somewhere together, somewhere in the future. But for you, of course, I need to have questions from you. So please, anyone, raise your hand if you right now have any question concerning the work of the broker itself, the crypto exchange itself. Yes, I come. I'll give you the mic, okay? Yeah.
Okay, so my question that keeps hovering over my mind.
Yeah.
As I'm listening to your presentation, basically it's a presentation making the case for this new cryptocurrency exchange, BITmarkets, right? So ascertaining that at the beginning that most of the people in the audience are not entirely new to the world of crypto. And when you ask them to raise their hands who hasn't opened an account yet with any of the cryptocurrency exchanges, very few actually raise their hands.
Yep.
So I'm asking you more like a salesman. You said that you're a salesman, not so much a professional trader.
Sure.
Basically, since most of the guys here already have some kind of a cryptocurrency exchange, an account open with them, what is that substantial
difference
value proposition
Sure.
that is so drastic, that is standing head and shoulders above all other
I see.
cryptocurrencies that they should now switch, you know,
To our
yeah.
total understand. All right.
Most of those points are points of merit, it's not points of differences.
Sure. Sure. Thank you for the question. That's kind of good question. I like this one. So please let me just add to it, and then I'm going to ask Peter as well, okay, to answer it. So listen, do we really have to be that different? Do we really have to be that different, like head and shoulders different, as you put it? Because if you are that satisfied with your provider right now, of course, you need that feeling, right? But then again, you're an investor, right? So then if you have a good provider, right, a service provider, then you're satisfied with it. But you are always open for new ideas. Do you have to actually change or switch your provider if you have an alternative idea from a other one? Do you have to change him? Or do we ask you to drop? No. So we are differing. I'm telling you why, because we are here, okay? We are here. You will be able to find us here physically, okay? We have an office here in Zagreb, in office hours, always ready to welcome you and to help you out with anything that you need when you work together with BITmarkets, okay? So actually, all the rest, service-wise, is a different thing. Because within a seminar like this, a presentation like this, it's very hard to always bounce. This provider does this, we do that. Differences, like percentages, numbers. It's always with that 60 seconds. So right now I'm trying to do that 60 seconds with you to give you that bouquet, that charm that would say to you right now, and I know that you already have a decision in you, that we are worthy. It's just we have to have your faith as well, right? Your trust as well.